we are going to talk about how to 20x your ads. So get you a 20x ROAS, so return on ad spend on your Meta ads, Facebook and Instagram ads, and how to get there, how to get a 20x ROAS. And yes, it is possible. I get 20x for so many of my clients all the time, and I have for years now and in all industries. And I can tell you that those numbers are definitely achievable. However, they require having the right strategy in place and a process in place in order to get there. So the first video and the first step that I really want you to understand is that you need to have amazing creatives. So that's step number one. And when we say creatives, most people understand only videos, and that's incorrect. It's videos, images, and text. All of that makes up for your creatives. The most important ones are obviously the videos and the images. And as you probably guessed, they need to be extremely engaging. They need to be extremely high quality, because the quality is what will give you your score from Facebook, but most importantly is what will make people watch them, click, and then buy. So if you're thinking of doing something that's really fast-paced and something you're not really sure of, that you're just putting together really quick, don't do it. Make sure to really take the time to either do the video yourself or hire someone to do it or get an influencer to do it, but it needs to be done right. If the video is not selling and is not selling right, then no one is going to click. Now for images, there is this stereotype that videos work a lot better than images, and that is completely incorrect. Oftentimes videos and images work the same, and images work even a lot of the times better than videos. It's so much better to have a really good image than a poor quality video, or a video that no one is going to watch or pay attention to, whereas an image right away will grab people's attention and get them to take action. So first, before we go into detail, what's very important is to have both your video and your images in the right format. So for Meta ads, Facebook and Instagram ads, you can have them both in a square format and in a story format. This will go for most placements, and this will work really well for your ads. So both square and story formats. And then your creative, so both videos and images, need to look as organic as possible. And that's really the point I think that most people miss. When we mean organic, that means that they have to belong to someone's feed. So when either a prospect or a lead or a customer, whoever is going to see your video or your image on their feed, on their Instagram or Facebook feed, they have to think that this is a part of their feed, that you are just a friend or someone that is a part of their network, and then you're not trying to sell them something. It needs to be so interesting and engaging that they're like, oh, let me check this out, and they just keep on watching because you right away catch their attention. It can't be something that as soon as they see it, they're like, oh, this person is trying to sell me all of those things, and they will right away just like opt out and go and check the next video or image. So in order for people to first be engaged, they need to think that the video is organic, that it's a part of their feed, and that you're not trying to sell. Even if you are doing, you're selling e-commerce products or you're a service-based business, whichever, the goal is not to pretend that you are selling. The goal is just to come from a place of wanting to help and really either give advice or tips or strategies, but come from a place that you're really wanting to help people regardless of what you're selling. But most importantly, they can't be over 15 seconds, because over 15 seconds it just does not really work well. With Facebook ads, for YouTube and all of those platforms is different, but for Facebook and Instagram ads, the maximum is 15 seconds. The quality needs to be really good, but what's again even more important is that you need to start your video by a hook, and you need to start by doing an action that's going to create movement. Or do like an abrupt movement or move, something is just going to catch people's attention. So for instance, you can hold your phone like this, right, and talk to it, and right away you can either wave to it, or you can just do like an abrupt movement, something that's going to just really catch people's attention. It doesn't need to be something that's truly out there, or you can just like take a piece of paper and like flip it in front of the camera and they just start talking. So it needs to be something within the first 2 seconds that's going to catch their attention, and then you give your hook. As soon as you catch people's attention, so you can do something like this and then you start talking, you need to give your hook and always be in movement. If you are in the video, or if you're hired an influencer doing your videos, or whichever, if you have a person on your videos and it's not just a product, then you always need to be in movement. That means you always need to be walking, because that will also keep people very much engaged. So that's just a couple of things for the videos. There is definitely more, but if you do that, that's already going to really boost your ROAS, your clicks, your click-through rate, and therefore your sales and leads, just by applying those tips that I gave you today. For images, it's very important to have an images that's very clear, neat, and light in terms of the text. For the text, no more than a headline and a subheadline, and that is it. For the headline, just a few words, and the subheading as well, just a couple of words, maybe a short sentence, a bit longer, but just a few words only. And if you have a discount, obviously mention it on your image, just put it bright and shiny, play with the colors, play with the background image. The background image is critical for an image, because that's really what's going to catch people's attention, is the background image, more than the text. So always have people in your image, or as often as you can, and have people who are smiling. Even for industries that are, relating to topics that are somewhat sad, people who are smiling always work better than people who are sad in terms of advertising. So try different backgrounds, one person versus multiple people. Try one heading and one color or in a specific font, and try it with another font and another color. Play with all of that. You don't have to follow your branding. And now, last step is very important, is that you really need to highlight your distinguishing elements, whether it's in your video, your image, or your text. What are your distinguishing elements? They are those a few things that your company does better than any other business that you've met. So maybe it is that you're more affordable, or that you have a better quality, so you're offering premium quality, or you're using better materials. That you do the work faster, whichever it is, you need to make sure those distinguishing elements, so what are making your business better than your competitors, are highlighted on all of your creatives, so that when people see your video or image, or they read your text, right away they get it. They're like, this is why they are the best, this is why I should click on them, this is why I should buy. This should be very intuitive, and that should be really highlighted. So really make a list of what makes you better, and make sure to highlight those distinguishing elements on all creatives. It can be 1 or 2 things that you're really doing better, or it can be up to 5 things or more, but make sure that this is really highlighted. Thank you so much for watching part 1. I'll see you in part 2 on how to get your ads to 20x.